All right. Mic check.
All right. Mic check.
All right. Sounding good. Shahara #1 in the building today. You want it, huh? Holding down the watch party. Ready for the live? She ready to go. Ben, what's good? What's going on, John? What's up, Ali? All right, let me get this out there to some folks real quick. I also need to set up my timer. Um, Let me see, what was I about to do? Hate when I do that. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, thank you, Jay Carly. I beat you to it in the first one, but you got me in the second one. Not that we were competing or anything. All right, what else did I want to do? All right. I've been working on the railroad. When was that? What's that from? That's like from elementary school or something, right? I don't remember what that's from. It's from something. Kendall was good. Walker was good. I like that. The first runner up to the fourth runner up to first. So basically, I'm first. You first just for doing that, first of all. Oh, Shahar, they had you on the graveyard shift, huh? He says a close distant relative of first, still within the first family. All right, I know what I got to do there. Uh, and I also got to remember the timer. Let me not forget that. Okay. Something else I was about to do. I'm glancing at the markets. It looks like the pound. Got to take a closer look. Right now, it looks like there's too much going on. I'm not even looking at the chart. I'm just looking at the activity on the indicative and on the option pricing. It looks like there's too much going on. Literally don't even have a chart up. I'm just looking at the numbers. It looks like it's too much. Like it ain't there yet at all. That's my educated guess. Of course, which is not a guess at all. It's observation. You dig? Let me see. And we'll do it right there. All right. All right. And I wonder who's. Yo, when Michael Jackson was young, he used to be blowing, boy. He used to be singing his little heart out. He was like, who's. Ah. Where was this person? Okay, I know what I could do. I'll do this. All right. Do that and KL. Where is it? Right there. Okay. Do that. All right. All right, so Melanie's good now. I think Julie is already in there, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Julie is already in there. Okay, cool. So Julie should be good. Melanie, she's almost there. All right. Get relaxed. All right. Maybe I can refresh this actually. Let me try that. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. If you guys have not liked the video yet, please do so. Let me see. Chuck Taylor was good. My timer should be set now. I didn't hear it though. I know I'm not bugging out. I did not hear it. $301 Rich in the building. Chuck, you said you missed a few of these? Yeah. These are recorded too, though. If you ever want to watch a replay or something like that. Oh my goodness! I think we just cracked 200 last week on lives. It's insanity, man. 200 live streams on YouTube with nuggets in them. Ed, what's good? Yeah, man, 200 over. It's 200 plus now. This probably like 202 or something. Hey Diana. Let me see. I've been watching your videos. I was wondering, is it much harder to get all your contracts filled than when you were doing lower number of contracts? No, no, because you could not get a full fill on a smaller number of contracts. So it really has more to do with what your timing is like, and well, what your timing is like. Your timing when you're entering into trades, um, I would say that the amount of volume on the platform at the time of day that you're trading is not as a result of the time of day, because it will vary throughout the day. Like there's no, you can't box in and say, oh, well, at this time of day, liquidity is higher or lower. It just varies. It depends on what people are doing at the time, who's on the platform, what they're trading, etc. That's going to determine whether there will be liquidity there based on the size of your trade. So the larger that your size is, it really doesn't matter, because if there are orders out there, your trade is going to be filled when you place your order, regardless of it. Like, it's not contingent upon the size of your trade. Just because you have larger size contracts being traded, it don't matter, because the equivalent, let's say I'm trading 150 contracts. If 150 people are trading one contract, that's the same thing. You see what I'm saying? So I may be absorbing the orders of a larger group or a larger number of people who are trading smaller size contracts on the other side of my trade. It could be that as a scenario. Or it could just be that there are thousands of people trading various sizes at the same time, where there's plenty of liquidity. You know what I mean? So my order gets filled right away. Then there could be times where the liquidity is not as much, because there aren't as many people taking the other side of that particular trade at that time. So there might be a possibility of me getting a partial fill. So it just really varies. Like, it's not, it doesn't have that much to do with the fact that you as an individual are trading larger contracts. You're just one person. Like, I'm one person trading on the platform. There are hundreds of thousands of other people on the platform. You see what I'm saying? So it really it depends on what's going on at the time as far as whether you'll be filled or not. There are times where people don't get filled on one contract because of the timing of when they entered into the trade. So that's a good question. Well, I'm not. When you wait last seconds, is it definitely harder to get filled because of less liquidity near expiry? Well, you can't wait that long, because on the platform, the algorithm of NADEX cuts off liquidity completely after like right around the 30-second mark. So you can't even trade after that if you wanted to. Depending on the contract, depending on the market, it will vary again. Sometimes on some markets it might be 23 seconds. Some is 27, I've seen. Some is 30. Some will hold all the way up until 10 seconds left on the binary. So I don't know what determines that. That's something that's built into the algorithm on the NADEX platform. But it's not that you're trying to wait until the last seconds of the trade to enter the trade. You should know already whether or not that's a trade that you should be taking based on your level of skill in the market. If you're able to determine what the environment and the behavior of the market is, you really can enter at any time. The time factor plays a role only because you're trying to narrow down the best timing that you possibly can based on the fact that it is a 5-minute binary. That's the only part that time plays. But you'll realize when your skill elevates that time has less to do with it. The timing of whether or not you should even be in the market has more to do with it. You understand? So in other words, is now a good time to be in the market, period. When you establish, yes, now's a good time, it has less to do with the time on the clock. You selected a good time to be present in the market because of what the conditions in the market are as far as environment and behavior. That's the key. It's not about trying to time the binary. It has less to do with the binary and more to do with the market itself. Damon, what's good, man? Yes, exactly right. Damon said timing is real important. The execution is drilled in us. Exactly. Will says, do you wait last seconds because you don't want to sit on the trade for a long time? It's not, every trade is not the same. I don't always wait until the end of the trade to try to enter the trade. There will be times where there's way more time left on the clock and I'm already in the trade. Every trade is not going to be the same. It depends on what's actually going on within the market itself, the binary that you're trading. It's a combination of multiple things. It's not limited to one. I know that people often might see by the time I turn the camera on and I start recording, it's showing the last few seconds of the trade, but a lot of times I was already entered into the trade. I just happened to turn on the recording. It might have been a little late or whatever, so you're only seeing the last X amount of time left on the clock. So that happens often when I'm recording because I be doing a lot of things at the same time, so I can't always get the timing right on the recording. Sometimes I'll record and I'll be like, oh, I forgot to record, and then I'll turn it on. So you're catching the tail end of the trade. That happens also. The pound is trying to transition from what I'm seeing. Let me take a look at the dollar yen. Aussie and the euro I didn't look at yet. I'm gonna look at them on the next binary. Dollar yen looks like it's stabilizing. Stabilizing. Damon said it's not recommended as a beginner. Mark doesn't suggest that you do that. Right. During that last minute is when the market is like playing up above or below strikes. So waiting until the last minute can be tricky. Well, my rebuttal to that, try taking a trade in the first minute. Take a trade in the first minute and see how that works out. And take a trade in the first minute of the binary, like when there's 4 minutes left. Try to take your trade based on where you think the market is going to end up. And just do that based on your understanding of the market and see what happens. You know what I mean? Like you can do that too. So it has less to do with the fact that it's the last minute, but the last minute of the binary, it does play an important part out of the whole 5 minutes because the winner is decided after the binary expires. So whatever the market does at the end is going to decide who wins. So common sense will tell you that the last or the ending of the binary is the most important when it's all said and done, because whatever the market does at that time decides who wins and who loses the trade. The market is deciding. Haru, what was the most active pair today? I have no idea. They all active, man. Will said, I find taking in the first minute, depending on your analysis, is good. So do that. It's very interesting because A lot of times, like when I have these conversations, um, yeah, indeed. Damon said, "Go on demo when you're trying that." Indeed. Will I'm not said end can already be decided in the beginning. Well, the end always is decided at the beginning. The problem is you don't know what it is. How you gonna know that? That's it. If you knew that, then there would be no problem. It would be all beautiful because you could just place your trade right as soon as the 5 minutes binary opens up, and you know you're gonna win. But you don't know that. Well, with TA, you develop skill to be able to understand why the market would end at a certain place. Absolutely. You definitely do develop that skill. Yes, you do. But we don't got, I don't got no crystal ball. I'm not telling the future. I'm doing things based on what the market is doing. So the fact that I submit to the market and the market always wins. See, like you never win. You're subject to what the market decides. Until you learn how to align yourself with the market, that's why you're losing. Because you're not in alignment with what the market is deciding. You have to learn how to accept whatever the market is deciding at the time. There are times where, based on the market's erratic behavior, it's telling you to stay out. But in your mind, for whatever reason, you have it where you feel like, nah, I'm gonna take my trade now. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I'm gonna see what this does. People do that all the time, and they want to play with the market. You play around with the market will show you very quickly that it ain't nothing to play with. It's not a game. So, Adele, what's good? J. Carly got to go on break for this, huh? Yes, indeed. Look at what David said. Happy is he who submits to the market. Diana says, so are there time frames that you give your students to stay away from the market? Not time frames, environments. Does that, do you understand that, Diana? Like, if you know what environment to stay away from, you'll know the time frame. Because the time frame is whenever the market is in that environment, regardless of what time it is. Ooh, that was hard. That was pretty hard right there. That was a nugget right there. The environment tells you the time frame. Because if the environment is not what we're looking for, that means now is not a good time. Uh-huh. Right, that's another shirt, right? That was hard. I ain't gonna front. That was pretty hard right there. But Diana, these are good questions that you're asking, and you too, Will. I'm just realizing Will's name. His name is Will. I'm not. That I like that. I like that. That's kind of cool. Instead of Will I am, right? Will I'm not. But you will find through observation of the market that it really reveals itself to you He said, I see you trade when the market is sleepy. Don't let the market fool you, man. The market might look like it's sleeping, then it'll wake up on your ass and be all over you, doing all type of shit. I'm just saying. Yeah, I hope that's what he changed his name to. Will I'm not gonna lose, right? Diana said, I've noticed on live the environment is more profitable around 12 a.m., which is why I asked that question. Well, what do you mean by that, Diana? Be more specific. When you say the environment is more profitable, what do you mean? He said Will was indecisive. He be Will might be. Yo, y'all are crazy, man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, y'all are nuts. I'm just scanning through real quick. Scanning through. Overall, it's too much going on still in everything. Still too much stuff going on. Need to clean it up, baby. Clean it up, baby. Right. Jay Carly said, don't mistake stalling for sleep. Indeed. Damon said, remember that the market sleepwalk as well. Yo. Right, get up out of nowhere. Walking around, doing stuff. Exactly. Going in the refrigerator and all type of shit. Market getting up, going in your fridge. Ramon, what's up, man? Jay Carly said, literally, the market does whatever it wants, whenever, always. Right. That's the rule. That's the golden rule. Market does whatever the hell it wants to do. Period. Oh well, what does the market normally do? Whatever it wants to. Okay, so Diana, when you said more profitable, you mean that it's slower. Well, sometimes it depends on the market. It depends on if it decides to be slower on that day around that time. Because you said around 12 a.m. It's not always slow around 12 a.m. And slow doesn't mean profitable either. Slow for us happens to be the prerequisite to being profitable. There are other things that we look for that need to be present and also that need to be absent, if that makes sense. Damon said market is Rick James slapping everybody. He choose the duck when it slaps. Right, we choose the duck when it slaps. Indeed. Yep. Ramon, there are no set profitable time frame. Markets switch up on you all the time and changes her decision day after day. Yes, indeed. Notice how he said her. Because the market is definitely female. Definitely. No offense, ladies. No offense. Pound was stable as a table for a minute earlier, no permission. Right. Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. But most of the 12 a.m. was the profitable time. Everybody would be trading it at that time. Right. Will said stall is when it's dead. Sleepy is when it moves dead slow. The market is never dead, and it never does dead anything. The market is alive. Let me just clear that up. And you play around with the sleeping giant and see what goes on. Market is not sleeping. Market look like it's sleeping. Playing possum on you, all crazy. John said midnight snacks. Yes. Market all in your cabinets. Trying to grab the Doritos and shit. Sleepwalking. Euro dollar has a nice environment. Behavior needs to shape up though. Yes, I agree. Actually, a few of the markets were looking pretty good as far as overall environment, but they still just had too much going on. Shahara said, you can think the market is slow at certain times and then news hits or Trump tweets and you lose your lunch money. Very true. Very true. Scanning through right now. Euro showing some signs of stability, but it's out of position. Dollar yen showing some stability, but it's also a little out of position. Let me see something. Dollar yen. Dollar yen is stable. It's just out of position. Out of position, and it's a little out of sync too. But dollar yen looks good overall. Euro, I would say, is still stabilizing. Like it's almost there, but it's still doing little funny looking stuff. Pound is attempting to stabilize. It's more so in transition. All right, so we're getting an idea. Right now, when I scan through, I'm doing the quick glance too, so I'll be able to pinpoint a spot if something is presented when I do that. So that's a good thing. Jay Carr said the market loves to slowly smack your ass. Okay, Adele broke out. Yeah. Ooh, that's hard. Rich said no need to duck when you ain't in its path. Osmond, what's going on, sir? Salutations. Damon said he had Charlie Murphy, he'd do something else. Ramon, which training are you referring to? You talking about last night's? Kids is ridiculous, man. Yeah, and what time was that? That was almost 12. It was almost 12 o'clock, and they still up, coming in the kitchen. Kids is ridiculous, man. Talking about I was asleep. What do you mean you were asleep? You're up. Walker said, play around enough, the sleeping market will wake up, put your account in a coma. Very quickly. It'll do it expeditiously. Surely will. All right, let me turn. It's getting hot in here. Let me turn this off. 97% is pretty good for my battery. Jay Carly, it's quite easy to know when not to be in the market. Yeah. I mean, we know right away when not to be there, period. Will said, that's why I prefer normal hours of trading. Well, what's normal hours? That it just sounds so funny when people say that. But tell me what are normal hours to you? Normal hours. As I said, when I see the market transitioning, I give it 20 to 30 minutes before I come back and see what it's shaping up to do. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that you could do. Sometimes you could step away, just you could do that. You could just let the timer go off, come back every 5 minutes, take a quick glance. If it ain't showing you nothing, keep it moving. Rinse and repeat that until it shows something. If it shows something, look and see what it's showing. Look and see how the market is looking. And if it's going to present an opportunity, you'll see it. It's really just that simple. Like it's very simple for us. Our process is simple as hell. Rinse and repeat. Pete and repeat went into the store. Pete came out. Who was left? Jay Carter said, I could literally trade whenever I want. Know why? Because I don't be in the market when I shouldn't be. Facts. That is a fact. I know Rich always got nuggets on deck. You can't even help it. Ramon, they be counting Jay Carly. We talked about you last night on training. I haven't been able to watch it yet. Gonna watch after work. Stacy, what's up? I love you like a fat kid love cake. Your words and breakdowns of the protocol on my wall, Jay Carly, the biggest nugget of them all. Hard. Shahara said, I'm training to be a SQ ninja. What is that? What's SQ? John said the euro looking good. Yeah, a few of them actually look very good as far as environment. At this point, I'm just running the quick glance and taking a look and just coming back and seeing what's going on. Oh, quick glance. So what's SQ then? Or did you meant to put QG? I'm assuming you meant to put QG then. Sleep quick at night during training. Oh, snap. I know. I see why you blow me up now, because I was just about to say somebody mentioned that yesterday. Was that on last night's training? So I was like, nah, I'm throwing you under the bus too, Mark. Forget all that. Ramon got you with that sleep quick though. That's hard. He got you there. She says she get 10 winks during the training when I'm late. Yeah, you do be sometimes. I'll be like, oh man, poor baby, she's not right now. I could tell when you either drifted off or something, because the comments they'll slow down. Next thing you know, you don't hear nothing from her. Oh gosh. Yeah, tested. Terrible. Oh man. See, this is gonna be the type of stuff that we gonna laugh back on. Watch. This is shit right here. You'll be able to look back on and laugh. Be like, yo, remember when I used to be falling asleep on training? You'd be like, nah, I fall asleep whatever the hell I want. How about that? Ramon said it's okay. My girl's the same way after 10. Shit. Lulu be out as soon as she hit the bed. That's why I tell her, I'm like, yo, you can't, like, don't lay down, man. You got to sit up. What does she do? She'll sit up and go to sleep. I'm like, yo. Talking about, come watch this with me. I'm like, nah. You mean you want me to come watch it? Because you gonna go to sleep. Yeah, it'd be something else. It'd be something else. Mm-hmm. Oh, Melanie, I forgot about. I'm sorry, Melanie. My apologies. I hate when I do that. Mm-hmm. Shaw said, yes, I'm gonna be napping all the time. Yep. Rich said, people who sleep with their eyes open freak me out. I've seen that a couple of times. Because it's bugged out because you know that they sleep because of the way that they're looking and the way that their body is relaxed. You could tell that they're asleep. And their eyes be wide open. You're right. I've seen that before. And that was the last time I saw that too. Because I was like, nah, I ain't messing with nobody sleeping with their eyes open. Or sleeping with one eye open. No. Shahara, I fall asleep at a venue with 70,000 screaming people. When I'm tired, I'll sleep anywhere. Yeah, that's how my daughter be sleeping. Like, my daughter sleep dangerously hard. Because she don't respond to noise, screaming. She doesn't respond to that. Like I have to shake her and to wake her up. And I hate to do that because I be shaking her like how I would shake a grown person. But I have to do it that hard to get her up. Like I'm rubbing her back. I'm trying to rub her face. I'm doing all type of shit to try to be gentler. She's still asleep. I gotta kind of rock her a little bit. I gotta lift her up, turn her upside down. I be doing all type of shit to try to wake her up. And she still be asleep. I'm like, yo, how do you sleep that hard? And mind you, she'll do that like it's like instant because I'll be talking to her. Like if she was sitting in here right now and we're talking, and I stop talking for a second, and she stops talking and she goes to sleep, it's like a coma like sleep. I'm like, oh, I don't understand that. I don't know what that is, but she does that, and it take all type of shit to wake her up. Yeah, she crazy. She's crazy for that. And I'm like, at first I was wondering, I'm like, damn, I wonder if she got like narcolepsy. But it's not narcolepsy. She's just a hard sleeper now. Doctor talking about, oh, that's a phase that they go through sometime when they're growing. I'm like, well, when is she supposed to stop that though? Because she's doing that already. I remember my sister used to do that too, actually. Now that I'm thinking back, my sister did that too. My sister used to sleep hard like that. I'd be doing all type of shit to her when she was asleep. I'd take my pops used to have the shaving cream. I used to get her like this all the time. Put a bunch of shaving cream in her hand and then tickle her face. Yo, that shit used to be cracking me up. I used to catch her every time. Every time. But with her, what was so crazy that she would do this, she'll realize she got something all over her face, but then she goes back to sleep. Really? You went to sleep. You went back to sleep after you looked at the shaving cream in your hand. You feel it on your face, and then you go right back to sleep. I'm like, I ain't messing with y'all, man. Y'all are nuts. And I'm like the extreme opposite of that because I sleep light. I sleep very light. I be asleep and I hear everything, even when I'm asleep. Hear my surroundings while I'm sleeping. And I don't gotta do nothing to like wake up and I'm like discombobulated or anything like that. I just open my eyes and I'm up. I just open my eyes. I'm up now. And that's it. It's crazy. Crazy, man. That's retarded. Ernest said that's what they all do then. Oh, snap. She dated a guy, slept with his eyes open and talked in his sleep. Yo, I'm all right. So I'm surrounded by weirdos then because my oldest son talks in his sleep. And this dude be having a conversation. Like it's not mumbling or nothing. You know how some people will mumble when they sleep? He's not doing that. He's talking, like having a convo. And I be looking over at him like, who is you talking to? Yo, this dude be having a full-blown conversation. He'd be like, well, those were not the instructions that you gave me. No, they weren't. What? I'd be like, who you talking to? Then there's silence. Then they'll say something else. He'll be like, well, the approximate time of that was not at that time. It was at a different time. It was supposed to be at the... And I'm like, yo, shut up or wake up. Like, what are you doing? You doing too much right now. I'll be like, wake your ass up, man. yo, that shit is mad creepy. I'm telling you, like, if any of you would see that, you'd be like, who's he talking to? You'd be like, nah, he sleep. What? Like, yo, all right, this is what college life does to you. Okay, turn you into to a freaking weirdo. Oh man. Or so people sleep with their eyes open around you. Maybe they don't trust you. Oh snap! That's funny. Take a look at this pound real quick. Oh, nope. Nope, nope, nope. All right, next. Shower said, got some people in my family. You don't want to sleep with them in your house. J. Carl, I fell asleep walking one time on me. It was crazy. Worked third. I was up for a long time, and it was only for a second. She said, sleepwalking is crazy. I have all kinds of crazy sleepwalking stories. Yeah, I don't be liking that sleepwalking shit because I'm like, yo, you can't be walking around and be sleep because you're doing shit. She said, I'm going to take a nap before Mark's party. I can hang out all night as long as I nap before I go out. My body clock is serious. I have to nap to get out of it. Mm-mm-mm. Walker said, I hear when the market is stable. Ernest said, mess around, tell all the secrets in his sleep. Right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna record him one day because I'm gonna be like, "Yo, this is what you were saying when you were sleeping." And I'll be like, "What does this mean?" He'd be like, I don't know. I don't even know that I was saying that." Yeah, this is what you said though. Mark's body clock is in tune to the market. It's interesting that y'all keep saying that because that could be true. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's weird. I be feeling like that. It's like I see what's going on in the market and I can detect when it's not stable. I can see when there's something that's not there that should not be there. Even when it looked good. I'll be like, no, it ain't there yet. Yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Training, time, and experience. Because there's no other way to describe that. I wasn't born with that. I wasn't born with it. Yep. Cutting people out in your sleep. Rich said, imagine if you could sell that instinct in the can. Billionaire instantly. Jay Carly says, slap it invisible bitches. Oh, man. Ramon, worst thing you can do is hide something half asleep. You won't find that thing you hid ever again. Nope. Pound is trying to stabilize. Nope, not yet. Not doing that shit. Right. Which is still funny acting behavior. Jay Gar said, we talked about this before. The market kind of be calling to you. It's a real thing. Like you be sitting there doing something and then, damn, let me look at the market. I've always been curious about intuition because I don't think that it's like I don't think that anything that anybody does can't be learned. Put it like that. I think that everything a human being is capable of doing, anybody can learn it. Thank you, Ramon. He said, please like the video, even the ones who don't comment. Indeed. Yes, please like the video. Much appreciated. Yeah, I believe that you can learn anything. But the ability to learn something has a lot to do with the way that it's taught to you, because you could take something that's very complicated simplify it, and then teach it to somebody, and then they learn something that is totally complicated to everybody else because it was simplified for them to learn it, if that makes sense. It's like the more complicated that something is, the more difficult it is for most people to understand it in the first place. But when you simplify the process of understanding what appears to be complicated, now, because you've learned it that way, the way that you understand it and that you execute it now is simple also. You see what I'm saying? So like, if you just think about what we're doing with the market is something that's crazy. It's very complicated to people. It was super complicated to most people here before they got here. Then when you get here, you're like, oh, this shit is really actually very simple. Wow. Didn't realize it was that simple. And you realize that it is simple, but sticking to the simplicity of it becomes your challenge. Keeping it simple becomes your challenge, which is crazy. Because it's like, well, who wouldn't want to keep it simple? Most people don't. That's the bugged out thing. Most people don't want to keep it simple. They want to complicate it. Because some people thrive in chaos and complication. They like that, and it feels more comfortable to them. They feel more at home when shit is confusion. When you simplify it for certain people, they don't like it. And a lot of times they don't even realize that they do that, but they be doing it. Like, damn, you complicating this. And it's like they can't help it. They're used to the chaos. So it goes to show you that habits are so difficult to break because a person being used to something that is detrimental to them is a habit that they created. And even though it's a habit that's detrimental to them, it's just as difficult to break that habit as it would be to break any other habit. Mind you, you're talking about breaking a habit that's hurting you. Bugged out, man. It's bugged out. Ramon says, since people will understand certain things in a different way, simplifying it can open the doors to overcomplicating the process in their brain. Ramon gotta chill. Damn. Ramon gotta chill. Nico, what's up, man? Damn. He says simplifying it can open the doors to overcomplicating the process in their brain. That's hard. He said he's been guilty of that at some point. Should I say KISS is the best method for everything. Yes. Keep it simple, stupid. Ramon said, then some other individuals prefer to simplify everything to the most basic form. Why? That's me all day. Rich said, more at home with the no terrors rather than try for the unknown beautiful. Right. Right, which is crazy. More comfortable with what they're familiar with. Ramon said, it's all good. We all different in one way or another. Yeah, see, and that's what it be like when you're dealing with the collective and the experiences of the collective is based on finding common ground. It's just like how things be so different, yet they the same. Things are different all the time. Everything you can think of is different, yet it's the same shit. And it's like when you bring them together and they mesh, that's when you find the common ground, and that's when it becomes cohesive. And that's exactly what is when you're bringing two parties together and they become one. They find that common ground. Good shit. Ramon said he gonna hire Rich to do some Hallmark cards. I know, right? He do Hallmark. He got you for every holiday. James, what's good, man? Yes, sir. Amen and hallelujah. Checking out the Aussie real quick. Slightly out of sync, but it's stabilizing also. Actually, it looks pretty stable, period. Just out of sync. Also out of position. Okay. Ramon said the problem is overanalyzing something that doesn't need any additional thought process for it to work or to be explained. It is psychology 101 that our brains create a different picture of the same explanation that came by someone else. Yeah, that taps into how like information gets lost in translation. And definitely analysis paralysis. Yep. Definitely. Greg, what's out of position like on the Aussie? When the actual market is just out of position relative to the strike price. It's not within range. It's not within the range of our parameters. In order to be in place to become qualified as a valid setup. And out of position really more so applies to the observation process that we do. Not that it's like you're not necessarily seeking out a trade. You're observing to see what the market is presenting that could potentially become a trade. Ernest said that's because you want to force a market move that you want, so you keep analyzing shit until you get into fuckery. Facts. I couldn't have said that better. Shit. He hit that on the head. Damn. Yeah, such as that, Greg. Yes. But it's more so a range. It's more so being within range. Because the market determines if it is in sync, what range would qualify at that time. Like the market is determining every facet of what we do. The reason that we'll be successful is because we don't make a move until the market has put everything in order and all the ducks are in a row, so to speak. Nico says, sometimes I feel we overcomplicate the simple because it's hard to accept that something so life-changing can be so simple. Ooh, Lord have mercy. He said, we almost need to complicate it before we accept the simplicity. That is a fact. That's a fact. And that is something that is kind of like built into us as human beings, I think. Greg, have you been watching 301? Boom. Okay, so the questions that you're asking, I need you to write them down and watch 301 again. And also if you can attend live training, come on live training. And you can also ask the questions there. Because these are more so specific training questions. These are not just regular questions that you're asking. But make sure that you write them down though. So that's the order. Write them down. Listen to 301 again. I would say multiple times. And then also come on to live training. I know you would like to know, Nico. If I tell you, then it's not a special guest anymore. Y'all be trying to be so slick. Well, nah, I wouldn't say that. Greg also, Shahara gave you a reference, trainer number 483. She said it answered her questions about being out of position. Yeah, a couple people know, Shahara. Uh-huh. And y'all official because y'all ain't say nothing yet. Thank you very much. The element of surprise. Ramon, thus a strategy that someone knows how to work it in their own way won't work the same way for someone else who tries to incorporate it with their own unique way of thinking about it. What? Oh, shit. Damn, Ramon, that's the second one. 3 strikes, and I'm out. That's 2. Woo. Damn, man. Look, they're kicking you out now. Yeah, they like, Ramon, shut up, get out of here. Yo. JT, what up, man? I know, right? Yeah, hands off the trigger. Shoot. Damn. Shit, I gotta read that one again. He said a strategy that someone knows how to work in their own way won't work the same way for someone else who tries to incorporate it with their own unique way of thinking about it. Oh my gosh. Woo. Jesus. Wow. He said, just like we train every day to break our own way of thinking, how does someone believe someone else's strategy will work the same way if they apply it? Indeed. Indeed. That is very factual. Ramon said, last one, I promise. Yeah, all right. Nico said, isn't it funny how three people can see the exact same thing but have three different stories? We all perceive things differently. 100%. 100%. James said, found myself wanting to win so bad at first. I started believing my delusions to justify my conclusions. Never really laying back, being still enough to listen to what the market was proving. Mm-hmm. I said y'all got one more time, right? And he had the nerve to rhyme. Mm-mm-mm. Dun up. Dun up. Dun up, dun up. Oh, man. Look, JT talking about no, Mark, no. Yo, and JT always try to dip on the mic drop too. He be trying to dip before I do it, but I be catching him still. He might have dipped yesterday when I did it though. I think I saw him dip first. That was hard though. That was hard what James said. Damn. He said I started believing my delusions to justify my conclusions. What? Come on, man. Yeah, trying to dip before the mic drop during the training. Yep. Diana, so would you enter a trade at 3 minutes? No. Why did you pick 3 minutes though? Oh yeah, the special. Yeah, nobody was expecting that. Yo, that was awesome. I was like, hold on, here she go. She was like, goodbye. Yo, I caught everybody. I caught everybody. Ramon said probably looking for favorable pricing closer to 50. Oh, with you mean with what Diana was asking? Yeah, Diana, I'm curious. Why did you select 3 minutes? Where'd you get that from? That was ignorant. I know. I know. Yeah, I'm not sure yet where Diana's going with that question. I would like to know though where that question kind of came from, just so I can have some context. Because you could have said 4 minutes or you could have said 2 minutes, but you said 3 minutes. So I'm kind of curious why you said that. She said, looking at the charts now and notice pricing dropped after 3 minutes. When you say pricing, you mean pricing on what? The pricing on what exactly? Glancing at the pound right now. Let me see what the pound is looking like. Nope, not yet. Obviously not. Overall pound still looks stable, but it just is not doing anything as of yet that makes sense. That don't make sense right there. Bid. Oh, so you're talking about option pricing. But when you say that you noticed that the pricing dropped after 3 minutes, I'm not sure like why are you saying that it dropped after 3 minutes? The pricing is gonna drop when the market drops. So I'm not sure what like you're just looking at option pricing because you have to look at option pricing and the market. Usually, if the pricing of the option dropped, it's because the market dropped. So I'm curious why you're saying that in particular. Keno, what up? Right. Ramon is saying there's a lot of factors why the option price is dropping. Yeah, so I'm still not sure what you're really getting at, Diana. But I'm curious. That's why I keep asking. Oh, did I bring I think I brought did I bring this thing? Let me see something. Yep. What you know about this? What you know about that? My Miss Pac. I'm about to get my Miss Pac-Man on in a second. She says, I'm asking because I noticed in previous videos that you would get in around a minute but still have favorable pricing. Diana, what you know about favorable pricing? Very interesting terminology that you're using there. Ramon said, is this for a baby? No, this is for me. That's funny because my daughter said the same thing. She said, why is the screen so small? I said, it's nostalgic. You wouldn't understand. I got the big Pac-Man too. The big joint that sits on the table. That one is awesome. So but now you're confusing me even more because you're mentioning time. So you're saying yo, my OCD shit is retarded, right? I looked at it and I saw it. I just was like, immediately. Yeah, my OCD be on a whole nother level. That's crazy. Ernest, he spotted that instantly. He's like, there you go. All right, JT. Yeah, I'll be taking a look too. I'm gonna keep my eye on all of them. So if you in the chat, I'll be in there too, looking to see if you post or whatever. So I'm still trying to understand. Still trying to understand your question, Diana. I'm not even sure what you asking. Because initially you were saying, would you enter a trade at 3 minutes? So I was wondering why you said 3 minutes. And then you saying just now that you noticed in previous videos that I would get in around the minute mark, but there would still be pricing. So again, what I initially said in response to the first thing that you said was that whatever the market is doing is going to determine what the binary pricing does, what the option pricing is doing. So regardless of what the amount of time is left on the clock, the pricing of the option is going to be correlated directly to the position of the market relative to the option strike price. Does that make sense? In other words, wherever the market is in relation to the strike price, and also based on the environment and behavior of the market at the time, will determine what the option pricing is. Okay, but what I just said, does that make sense to you? She says somewhat. Mm-hmm. What's my high school? Oh, you mean my high score? I was like, high school? What happened? What? You cracked 40K. Yeah, I think I got up to, what was the last thing I told you I got? 35? I think it's still the same. Yeah, I think it's still the same, about 35,000. I think I'm gonna shoot for that tonight. I'm gonna smash it tonight though, just because you brought it up. What's your high score so far? James, yeah, there's a timer. Yep, there's a timer that goes off every 5 minutes around $1.30 left on the clock that we use. One of our tools. Oh, you're around 28,000. Okay, yeah, you got to catch up. You know I'm gonna talk mad shit until your numbers is higher. The last time you probably played was when you made the video. Uh-oh, Rich is getting in on it. Oh, sookie now. Come on, Rich, come get some. Look, she said, pull up, Rich. James, no, it's not. It's here, I'm gonna post it for you in the chat. There you go. Post it in there. Yeah, well, I have both now. The big one I have is the Pac-Man joint, because they don't got Mrs. Pac-Man, and the big cabinet one. So this little one is Mrs. Pac-Man. But I got Mrs. Pac-Man and I got regular Pac-Man. And the little one. And I got the big Pac-Man. So I'm all Pac-Man'd out for real. And no, it's not tied to NADEX. Yeah, but these right here, I'm pretty sure they got these on Amazon, but I got this from there's a store called Century 21 that's here in New York. They got these on deck. These are like, I think these were like $35, $38 or whatever, like close to $40 with the taxes. And you could put batteries in them, and then it got it has a little thing on the back for you to plug in the USB. Matter of fact, let me see something. I think I got my cord. If I got my cord, I'm about to just play a game real quick, since we talking about it. I'm nice with Pac-Man. I'll bust your ass at Pac-Man. That's how you know when you an old head, when you get hyped about Pac-Man. My kids be looking at me like, why are you playing that old shit? I be like, mind your business. Oh, what's up with the cord? All right, there we go. Yeah, baby. What you know about that? Look at that. Woo! It's on. She said I need my pinky to play it. Nah, you just need precision. And Miss Pac-Man, I think, is a little bit more difficult than regular Pac-Man, and I ain't gonna lie. Like, you gotta be... Yeah, you hear me getting them ghosts, right? Look at that, 1,600, gimme. And I'm getting a cherry. Yeah. Oh, almost slipped up. That red ghost always be trying to get me. You ain't getting me. All slick. Yeah, all of y'all get over here. This how you gotta play Pac-Man. You gotta talk shit. Why you doing it? Ooh, 1600 again. Ooh, come on, let's go. Let's get it. Don't play with me. Come on, man. Y'all don't have a chance. Ooh, they trying to get away. You slick little. Oh, the red one got me. Nah, they cheated on that though. They cheated. Bastards. See, just for that, now I'm gonna get the red one early. Come on over here, punk ass. Yeah. Getting all of y'all again, too. Just for that. Oh, they trying to get at me, though. Ooh. Y'all are some slick ones. That's how you clear the board. And I'm about to smash 10,000. There's my one up right there. Ooh, you heard I got the one up and the timer went off at the same time. Come on, man. The vibes. The vibes. Ooh, I'm getting. Oh, they dipped me. Oh, snap, yo. They jerked me on that. You ain't gonna jerk me on this one, though. Get over here. Come on, man. I plays no games with this. Y'all understand? I plays no games with this. None at all. Give me the strawberry too. I take that too. Oh, I got my last pellet. All right. I'll get the strawberry. I'll do that. And I'll clear this board real quick. Oh, they got me. They cornered me. I'm up to 13,500. This is Mrs. Pac-Man, though. I told you that it's harder. Clear that board. Why y'all gotta be playing Miss Pac-Man, man? Why y'all had to say something? Now I don't want to stop until I really elevate my score for real. Y'all be dipping. Y'all be trying to dip. Oh, y'all trying to get me. Ah, come on. I'm going to smash 20,000 at least. Mm-hmm. Yeah, these boards get hard. I ain't gonna lie. They get difficult, man. Ooh, right on me. You right on me? You get over here. I ain't gonna play with them. I gotta clear the board. Ooh. Yo, I dipped crazy on them just now. They wasn't ready for that. Yeah, see, I be really going hard with this Pac-Man. Like I don't be playing no games for real though. And I'm very competitive, to say the least. I'll be hogging up all the Pac-Man time when I play. They be like, yo, you ain't finished? Nope. Still moving. Now I'm on the pretzel round. You know you're moving when you up to the pretzel. I ain't worried about getting a ghost now. Because you see how fast it be going. And I'm trying to save that last pellet, but I don't know. They trying to corner me now. Damn. All right. 21,190. Proof. See the high score? All right. Who does that? Yo. Yes. That's all Shahar's fault. That sounds like an old school arcade game. Yes, it is. This is Pac-Man. Yeah, NADEX is about to shut it off anyway. What they got? 2 minutes left? Yeah. Jay said he got the quarters on deck. Oh, man. Oh, Rich ordered one. Nice. Oh, Diana, you're a student? Oh, why you didn't say so? Hold on. You connected to me on Facebook? Let me see something. Yo, it gets so dark out here. It's crazy. Really? So Diana said that she's a student. Who? Diana, are you still on here? She might have left. She said that she's a student. I don't remember her though at all. Let me see something. I don't remember her at all. My goodness. And I'm usually pretty good with like names and stuff. Even though it's possible that maybe she's using a different name. Yeah, she must have left then. All right. Let me see something. Yeah, but I mean, it seemed like that would be her name. She just using her name, but I don't Yeah, because I saw that Jay Carly mentioned the group chat. So if she's a student, she should be in the group chat already. Davis, the only name you should remember is your lady. Ah, you big trouble. And I'm looking at I'm scrolling back looking at the questions she was asking. She wasn't really asking questions though, like she is a student though. Or am I bugging? Am I bugging? Or is she got AKA tendencies? Yeah, the questions. Okay. Well, I mean, so Diana, what are you on Facebook? Are you connected to me on Facebook? Yeah, like that's what was throwing me off when you were asking about the 3 minutes and when you said favorable price, and that gave it away a little bit. But I mean, people have heard me say that on here also. But Diana, what's your Facebook name? Yeah, that's another good question. Ramon says student or former student. Diana, you still there? Okay, she says former. Okay, so now I think I understand the questions that you were asking, why you were asking those. All right, I got you. Well, how are you doing in your trading? Oh, oh my goodness. Win some, then lose. All right, yeah, it sounds like you definitely need to come back. I mean, I'm just saying because the over time the training will always elevate. So even if you were in training before, you've missed a lot not being here. When you're in training, you're staying close to the environment where there's light all the time. In other words, everything is always illuminated. So whatever you might be not understanding, you gain understanding because you're in training and you're constantly being bombarded with what you need versus or anything else that's fluff that you don't need. Yes, exactly what they're saying. Shahara says, stay close to the fire. Rich said, it's dark and dangerous out there by yourself. That's a fact. Your questions would have all been answered already in training. Yes. Jay Cardi said, I'm always curious why someone would leave and then try to continue to train themselves. I don't know. No cap. I don't know. I honestly don't know why people do that. A lot of times people will they'll leave the environment and then they'll come back on here. She said, I've heard 301 multiple times, still don't understand. You haven't heard it enough. Like Diana, this is the training process is a marathon. You gotta watch 301. I'm pushing 2,000 views on that training. Me. How many times you watched it? About 5 or 6? And I'm not even saying that like to try to pick on you or anything like that. I'm really just asking you. When you were in training, how long were you in training for? A month? Cause I don't even remember you. So that means that you were not in training for that long at all. And what I can tell you is that when you train, you have to train. Like training is not like, you know how people go to the pool and they stick their foot in the water? That's not training. Training is jump in the pool. Training is so ill, if you standing by the pool, we'll push you in the pool. In other words, you're going to be in the pool with us. We in the pool. We not standing there dipping our toe in the pool. We're in the pool already. You standing there dipping your toe in, scared to jump in. You got to jump in. Exactly right. Exactly right. J. Carter said you need to watch it like 30,000 times. All the time. Yes. She says you've been training for 2 years, still need to train every day. I've been in the market for almost 28 years, and I train more than most people do. People still trying to figure out why I'm surgical in the market. Look at how I train. Ramon, we all learn the process at our own pace, just like people reading levels grow at a different pace. Right. Right. But you're going to grow. You're not going to grow at the same speed as others because you're not the same person as them. You're going to grow at your speed. Rich said, what about all the other videos that complement 301, giving you a deeper understanding of the protocol? Come on, man. Ernest said, Ramon, you reached your quota. Look, Rich said it's like having a gym membership but never going. You ain't gonna get fit. Jesus. All right. Well, might as well pack it up. That's it right there. Sheesh. I'm gonna read the rest of the comments, but It's pretty much a wrap. Mm-mm-mm. Shit Card says she be looking at the treadmill like, why I ain't skinny yet? Shahara said, that's perfect if 301 hasn't clicked for you. That's when you write down questions and watch more training videos, ask the group, unmute during training, get all the help that you need. Ramon said, nobody has the same reading level when they're young. Nobody becomes a professional from a few readings of the manual. Damn, a few readings of the manual. You need to understand it first and then apply what you know so that it can be effective. Rich out here telling folks business. I know, right? He hitting on the head. Yeah, but Diana, that's the best advice I could give you. You need to get back into the family environment and really become part of the culture of TA, because that's what's going to get you to the elevated level that you want to be at. You're going to get tired of losing. You're going to get sick of losing. And one of two things is going to happen as a result of that. You're either going to quit or you're going to be totally frustrated and you're going to have a false sense of hope that you're going to get it eventually, but you're not getting the nutrition that you need. It's just like saying, oh, well, I'm going to get these muscles, man. Listen, I'm about to get this six pack, but you never do sit-ups. You never work out. You don't do crunches and you take no vitamins, but you're talking about you're going to have a six pack. It's a delusion. You can't function like that. You got to really just do it. People would rather take a pill to get skinny and lose weight than actually just eat better and work out. Well, man, how do you get fit? Eat better and work out. Well, I tried that. Keep doing it. Well, nah, it didn't work for me. What do you mean it didn't work for you? That's a lifestyle. It's not a one-shot deal. You don't work out once. You don't eat good today and then tomorrow you eating garbage again. It means to change the lifestyle that you have. You want to change the way you look, right? You got to change what you eating and how you working out. That's what I'm talking. That's what we was talking about earlier about how people overcomplicate the simple shit. All right, I'm out. Ernest said the problem is they're trying instead of doing. There's a big difference. Come on, man. All right, I'll see y'all in training.